Hello again, and thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Philly Dips, and welcome to another one of my super awesome Tales from the Table. Now, I'm currently recording this on today on Wednesday, because I'm going to be recording multiple videos today. So, because I'm going away for a trip in March break, so just so that I'm not pulling a fast one. So yeah, Tales from the Table. Today we're going to be having another one of my I don't know, DM tutorial videos because I feel as though this particular topic that you already know because you read the title, but this particular topic is something that a lot of new DMs struggle with as not just as something to build, but as a concept. And that topic is quests. And quests are the building block of a game. They are what makes up your adventure. They are the thing that hooks your players along, a plot hook, if you will, to complete their next inevitable goal in this overarching campaign. And so your campaign is divided into adventures. Adventures are caused by quests. And that's something that you have to keep in mind first. What is a quest? Well, a quest is just a task. It's a job. It's not like a quest does not imply a grand adventure. A quest can be anything as extravagant from making a deal on the Astral Sea market to something as boring as going and killing some feral dogs who are messing up local Farmer Ben's corn fields. So when you're designing a quest, you have to remember the important that this is not your adventure. The quest is not your adventure. The quest is a framework that you're then going to hand to the players and say, okay, how do you want to do this? Because if there's one thing that I could teach, if I could say this to any new DM, one bit of advice I would say, the core thing is player freedom. It's like you don't want to play Legend of Zelda 2. You want to play Skyrim because it's more open ended. You can approach things how you want. So quests, when you design them, you have to think of it as just some push, a shove as to where the player should go, but not like pulling them. You're not grabbing their arm and pulling them. You're giving them a push. That's a very good metaphor. I'm sorry, I'm holding a pen. Quests. When you're designing them, or when I design them anyway, you start with the reward, because to be honest, most players and most characters are very selfish, and unless like they're part of like a military or like they're part of like a brotherhood of paladins, then they're probably gonna want some reward for whatever task they're doing, and well, this may be a commentary on society in general. I think that it's still something that I observe in most players I play with. They want something in return, be it treasure or XP, or maybe if the player is clever, they'll want like power or influence or real estate or something like that. So you should always think of the reward first. So say we have a level 1 party, we'll offer the entire party 40 gold pieces for completing this given quest that we're coming up with kind of abstractly just for the purpose of this video. And for a party of say 4 heroes, my cat just wants to leave the room. For a party of like 4 heroes, 40 gold pieces is a lot of money because you have to remember, I may have mentioned this before, I know that T the Writer mentioned this, in a temperate environment where the water is like the fields are good, the farming is good, and the climate is average, a farmer can expect to make an average of 1 gold piece per day. So by completing this task that I'm handing to the players, I'm giving them like 40 days worth of work. So if I had been working since like late January until now, I would have 40 gold pieces if I worked every day from 9 to 5. So it's all relative, right? Like you're not going to a quest that's worth like 500 gold might just be nothing for a level 20 party, but like it might be a Herculean feat for a level 2 party. So you have to it's all relative. You have to base it on what the party needs because again, base it on your players. It's another thing very important. You should always base what you're doing on your players. So now you have a reward, 40 gold pieces. Let's think of a task. And a task can be anything really. Like, I mean, don't do anything stupid and domestic like raking up the leaves, but like it can. Don't be afraid to do something simple. a lot of DMs think like they have to have the biggest, baddest, most epic campaign ever, and they need to start up strong. Go into the lair and. Sorry, my cat's being a nuisance. Go into the lair and slay all the bandits and kill the kobolds and disarm the traps and kill the dragon and get the loot and get out this lost ancient treasure. A level 1 party isn't going to be doing that. Well, if they did, they'd be killed. Like, in 5th edition, level 1 party, they're going to be slaughtered if you put them against, an ogre. They're not very survivable. So, my advice to you for a level 1 party is start small. And what I like to do for my first quest is something in town. Because 9 times out of 10, for me anyway, they'll start in town. So think of I don't know, the well is full of beetles, not just tiny beetles, like large beetles. Go get rid of them. Or it doesn't, maybe not combat based. Maybe it's hey, go take this shipment from this side of town to the next side, but maybe they'll get jumped by a gang or some urban bandits. What was the other thing I was gonna say? I might remember it later. But yeah, so let's go with that one. Taking a cart of I don't know, a cart of cabbages to from the outskirts of town to the city center. And then lastly, we need to think of a quest giver, or an NPC who will give them the quest. And yes, you can do the old, you guys are in a bar, and a patron slides up to you. Not like that, but a patron slides up to you and says, hey, I've got a job for you if you're willing to earn some cash. But that's lazy. That's not good storytelling. It's not going to happen in real life. It's not realistic, if you catch my drift. A very good way to do a first quest is to make it make a character that every party member will already know. For example, in the Chronicles of the Queen's Gambit, I had Cheetah Winging, who every character already knew because they live in a small village of 100 people, so that everybody knows everybody. But it can be it could be a superior, maybe a captain of the guard. Maybe it can be the owner of a bar. Maybe it's a cousin or a grandfather, a godfather of a gang. I don't know. Be creative. It should be someone that they can connect to, because this isn't just World of Warcraft where you can just go up to somebody with exclamation point over their head and take a quest from them. All NPCs that you bothered to make a backstory for should be someone that your party should be invested in. What was the other thing? But yeah, so this is as far as quests go. And I'll link it in the description, as I usually do with resources that I mention. But the D&D Wiki, yes, that D&D Wiki, the one that all DMs hate, has a list. It's called 100 adventure ideas, but it's really just quest hooks. But it has something like 201... 201 quest idea, adventure hooks that you can use. And I'll browse through it occasionally when I need some inspiration. And I have some here on my cue card written in purple ink. So I'll ramble off a few, and maybe I'll add in a few of my own. Ready for this? While traveling, the party encountered several other parties. They're all going the same way. They all say that they're going to the games. A mage summons a demon, but cannot control it. He becomes possessed. The party is framed for a murder, but they didn't commit it. A ship is sunk in the middle of nowhere. The party is forced to escape the ship, swim to safety, and then survive on the island, and maybe just get off. A kraken has blockaded the local port. The party tend to defend a fort from a giant monster. So, there are a lot of different ways you can go with this. Some of these are exciting, some of them seem a little abstract, but a quest can be a lot of things. And something else that you need to consider when you're making quests is side quests. Now, if you play a lot of Bethesda games like I do, then to use side quests means I'll accept this and I'll get around to it in about 4 hours of gameplay. But in reality, a side quest in D&D, and in any role-playing game for that matter, anything I say in this video or in any video usually applies to all role-playing games. I just say D&D because that's the one that I play. It's the only one that I play a lot. But the side quests. They can be something minor that the party will easily have a chance to do. You shouldn't give them a quest like in Skyrim. You'll take a side quest and it's like go travel to this other side of the map. Well, I'm working on something. Like if you're like in fine, you can leave. Get out. If you're like in Rift and doing some part of the main quest, and you're sent to Winterhold to go do something else, well, that's miles away. I'm not going to get around to that. I'll just do it later. And it sits there in your quest databank, or in this case, in your player's conscience, and saying, maybe I should have gone and gotten that guy that artifact he needed. A side quest should be something that the characters will be able to do easily. So maybe they're in town and they get the job there, or maybe they're already going to a location, say a dungeon, and they will have the opportunity to do this thing. For example, if you're going into like an old rundown mansion, and like this old man catches wind that you're going there and says, "Can you please retrieve the X item from there because it belongs to me and the owner of the mansion stole it from me unlawfully." And if they bring it back, maybe like give them some XP, maybe a bit of gold. And just things like that, they'll sort of have both roleplay value and reward value. Because depending on what kind of player you're playing with, maybe they'll want to do it because it's good, and maybe they'll want to do it because it's good for your character sheet. Other than that, though, a lot of quest creating is up to your own. It's up to your own imagination. So I'm gonna leave you there, and I'll get back to you not next week because I'll be away, but the week after that. So other than that, keep rolling dice. I don't know. I need a better outro, but have fun writing quests. I'll link in the description the list.